The Indianapolis Motor Speedway is known for the Indianapolis 500, the greatest spectacle in racing. But what some of you may not know is that they also have a Roval section that was used by many different divisions such as Grand Am and Formula One. NASCAR uses it now. And for today's video, we're going to be doing it in the NTT Data Indycar series. Hey everyone, it's Dr. Detroit here, the doctor is in, and welcome to the NTT Data IndyCar series, where today we'll be running, in conjunction with our NASCAR Xfinity series playthrough, we'll be running the GMR Grand Prix here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Alright, so, let me go ahead and set the table for you. As you know, in our Xfinity series playthrough, we have come to this track, and I figured it would be best to come over here to the IndyCar series that races these types of road courses, and see if we can get some more experience for the Xfinity series race, but also introduce IndyCar to the channel. We've never done this before, and you can see that we're all set and ready to go. This is our beautiful beast right here. This is the IR-18. This is the current IndyCar chassis that they'll be using, or that we'll be using for this. It's a 37-lap race, so a few extra laps more than what we're gonna do in the Xfinity series. And these cars are really quick and really nice. And if you take a look right now at the starting lineup, you can see it right here on the right side of your screen. We got the pole, but we didn't get it by 63 seconds. Okay, that is absolutely a lie, because there seems to be a glitch in the system, and you also will see some other drivers that are not a part of the actual series. They're just extra cars that somehow got thrown in. But we have 27 cars here, and we actually had a very good qualifying effort. But look at that, we're going to be starting among the likes of Scott Dixon, Colton Herta, Christian Lundgaard, Sage Karam, McLaughlin, Newgarden. The list goes on and on. So as you take a look at the rest of the starting lineup, you also will see too that we have our teammate Callum Ilott back here, because we are driving a carbon copy of his car, but it has a completely different paint scheme. So don't be surprised if you see two 77 cars out there. And you can go all the way back here. We have Devlin DiFrancesco back here. I don't see Roman Grosjean on this area, so I guess we don't have him for this race, which is kind of weird. But alright then. But anyway, this is going to be really cool, but I'm also going to show you guys this as we look on board some of these cars. You will notice that it looks like a good chunk of them are starting on what's called the red tires. We're actually going to start on the Firestone Blacks, because we're going to need the red tires for later in the race, and I'll explain those tire rules in a little bit, because it's similar to what F1 has, but this is definitely not an F1 series copy. So, if you're ready, and you look ready, let's get to the grid and get this race underway. So we'll go into our parade and pace lap here, as we now begin to roll off the grid. There's Dixon on our left-hand side. You will notice that a lot of these cars are starting on the Firestone Reds, and I chose to go on the Blacks. Let me explain about that situation. The Firestone Blacks are the harder tire. They are the slower tire. But here's the thing. In the series, when there is no rain in the forecast, there is a tire roll, so we have to use each compound for at least 2 laps. So I figured let's get the slower tire out of the way first, and then we can go to the faster tire at the very end of the race. But yes, 37 laps are going to make up the running as we make our way around the track here during the parade and pace lap. You'll see that it is going to be a very tight racetrack, but once we get up to full song, it's going to be really good. We also got to keep our eye out on Dixie as well as also Colton Herta. Those two are really good racers, that's for sure. And by the way, too, I should point out, this is our 3rd attempt to record this, because I had to switch track mods and everything and get a few things, you know, going and also get a few things fixed. So let's see what happens. The field should be nice and tightly bunched once we come off of the final corner. This long back straightaway is going to be an interesting one. We don't have a track map because R-Factor doesn't usually have a track map or anything like that. So you kind of have to go based on instinct. But I figured this would be a good idea for us to run the Indycar race to get some experience before we run in the Xfinity race, which will be the next video after this. But here we go. The pace car will be pulling in here in about a few minutes. Let's just make sure our tires are warmed up and everything. 37 laps will make up the running, and this should be a really, really fun race. Plus, we are actually controlling the car right here on this parade and pace lap. Plus, if a yellow flag comes out, like a full course caution, then we'll get to control the car as well. So kind of like the F1 game, only a little bit different. But here we go. We're going to be going into the final couple of corners. The pace car is going to be coming in. Dixie and I are now right here on the inside. Here we go. The pace car is coming in. The formation lap is about to end. Dixie gets off to a pretty decent start. Let's see if we can get up next to him. And we accelerate a little too early. We're just waiting. Green flag is in the air. Oh, that was not a good. That was not a good start there. In fact, you know what? I don't know if I want to call that a false start. You know what? You know what, everybody? We're gonna call it a false start. We're gonna call it a false start, and we're going to skip that parade and pace lap because, as you saw, everybody kind of got a little too spread out. We're gonna go ahead and call that a false start, and we're gonna try that again. We're gonna try that. We're gonna try that start again, but this time we are going to skip the pace lap to get everybody nice and close. So, as Lee Diffie usually says, it's time to bring the action here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Oh, that's a much better start. Green flag is in the air. Everybody was still a little bit far away, but that's fine. Scott Dixon comes onto the outside. Here we go into turn number 1. It's a hard breaker. Dixie will get it past us because I could not get through there. We do make a little bump in contact there, but we will take over the race lead again. Now let's just get through these corners. Here comes Dixie with the undercut. We overcook it. We overcook it into the turns. Not good. So throw us back into the 5th position. Let's see if we can just get through here. There we go. All right, now we're back here in 5th. Make that 7th. Actually, make that 8th. Because right now we need to get this car warmed up a little bit, and these harder tires take a longer time. And remember, we are on the slower tires, so I did overcook it a little bit. As now we get a spin. That's not what I meant to do, and there's a full course caution. So you know what? We're gonna restart that again. Let's see if we can actually get a clean start there, and let's not go off into the grass. So let's try that again. So here we go. We're gonna skip the pace lap again, and here we go. Let's try this again. Here we go. Green flag in the air. Let's hope for a much cleaner start now as Dixon now goes to the outside there. He's got more momentum than we do. But here we go into turn number 1. Just nice and easy through here. We get through just fine. Now we need to try and get around Dixie here, or we can just kind of settle in for the 2nd. Make our way through the corners, nice and tidy. Now we're going to come here onto the backstretch. Let's get through that area, and now we'll just stay in Dixon's draft line. And you can see that now we've broken away from everybody else's. Christian Lundgaard did not get a good restart, or did not get a good start at all, as we get a full course caution near the back. I don't know what happened back there, but now we got ourselves another caution. As something went wrong, or our first caution of the race, which is something to do back there with the 22nd place driver. Not sure what happened there. So a full course yellow, which means we will now be under. We'll be under safety car. So now Dixie and I will get caught up here with the safety car. Okay, we should see it spawn here in a few seconds. There it is. So now we'll just catch up to the back here of Scott Dixon. Let's make sure that we get up right behind him, and then we'll do this little caution period. There is a way I can actually go back to see who did it, but I don't think I can do that right now. So now here we go. Everybody's gonna now get bunched up behind Dixon. I'm also gonna go ahead and put this into fuel mixture 1, just so that we're not using up a lot of fuel. That's the other thing too, is that we have a fuel map on here, and I just put it on the lowest setting possible. So right now, as we are under the yellow flag, we're using less fuel, so we can actually save a little bit. We're not going to restart the race. We're gonna go ahead and just let this do its thing. But like I said, now here's the thing that we could possibly do. The problem is right now is that we kind of have to stay out here on the hard tires, and we do have a pit stop coming up at some point. These other cars will have to come to pit road as well. So we may just need to nurse these black tires as much as we can. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what to expect here. So the pits will be open this time by. I don't think we need to come to pit road, and as you can see now it's open. But I highly doubt that we're going to need to come to pit road for any reason right now. But anyway, while we're under caution, let's go ahead and go into the cockpit view. And I don't know if you can see it there. Whoops, boy. But you can see that our wheel is very accurate to a regular Indycar wheel. And all those motions that I'm doing right now, including the shifting, that's all me. We can look out the back of here and see Lundgaard back there. Also get a nice little view here from the nose cam. So Scott Dixon will lead lap 1. And we'll also lead this next lap. Here's a classic onboard cam that they used in the other types of Indy cars. And as you can see too, this is something that we always do, is that we always swerve the tires around to get some heat in them. Because as you're out there going this slow, they actually are cooling off. Also, we can do like a little brake test a little bit there, as long as we don't have too many people behind us. So we're currently under caution here, very early in the GMR Grand Prix. And what we might do is that we might cut ahead to when the field will be going back to green, because I know that these caution periods can take a long time. Which I think that's what we will do. So we're gonna cut the race ahead to when we are about to go green. We're now with 1 lap to go before we go back green. This was a very long caution period, so we're going to be going back green here on lap 11. But this is going to be an interesting situation, because I did put the fuel mixture all the way down to 1, but again, we don't have enough fuel to make it to the end. Plus, we got to do at least the 1 tire change, which will mean that we get to go on the reds, while everybody else will have to go to the black tires. In fact, these reds should start wearing out here pretty fast. So to give you an idea of where we are, we currently sit in 2nd with Scott Dixon leading, Colton Herta is 3rd, Christian Lundgaard is 4th, and Sage Karam is right there in 5th. You will see that Joseph Newgarden's name keeps blipping into 5th sometimes. That's basically when one side of the line just kind of, goes ahead of the other guy. Now we need to make sure that we time this start just fine, because in a previous attempt to do this, the start was not a good idea. Plus, we got to make sure we're not on the outside, otherwise we're going to end up in the Toolies. So now we'll see how this goes. Now, in the normal race, they usually do single file restarts, not this double file start deal. But we'll see if we can bonsai Scott Dixon on this run. And if you notice right there, had to break off a little bit because Dixie just kind of took a big turn there. So now we're going to go back green. And this is going to be pretty interesting to see what happens next. Now, the reason why we're running this IndyCar race is mainly because of the fact that we wanted to get some more experience on here before we head into the Xfinity race, which on your guys' timeline will happen in a few days, but for me, it'll most likely happen right after this race concludes. Because there's a little bit of a gap between these two events. But here we go. The pace car is about to pull in, and now the anticipation here grows to basically get ahead of Dixie right here on this lap. Let's see what happens. Let's see. We gotta allow Dixie to be right there. Gonna be nice and tight with him if we can. Here we come off of the corner. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if we can time it. It's usually past this line. Here we go. Now don't go there. We got the green flag, and that was not a good start. But we're not going to be called on that because I think we were okay. But now we're going to get bonsai'd here by a bunch of cars. We're now back in the 7th position. Let's see if we can't work our way back to the inside. Oh shit! Wow. And that was not a good idea at all, because we had to go way down to the apron just to try and avoid everybody. But again, this happens. So now we have to basically race our way through all these other cars, as we're now back here in the 17th position. Gotta be really careful as we gotta... Oh my god. Big crash back there, and somebody's lost their front wing. Thank goodness it wasn't us. But boy, that was a hard hit. I think our car is okay. If that thing says track limits one more time, I'm gonna scream. But now let's get around Tatiana Calderon right there as we go underneath her, put us up into the 20th position, and there's our teammate, one of our teammates actually, Callum Ilott. So we did get a little problem there as we tried to go through the first turn. It was not a good thing. So let's try and get caught up here with everybody on the red tires. Now, since we're back here, we should be a little bit better because we can get these slower cars for sure. Because now we see Sage Karam and Callum Ilott back here. Here comes Tatiana Calderon again, trying to make a move, but is not going to be able to do it. Here we go, back into turn 1. Let's not get too stupid as we bump into the back of our teammate Callum Ilott, because everybody keeps parking the bus here. God, I hope that our front wing is not too damaged. Meanwhile, in front of us, I can see Elio Castroneves up the road. That's not him in the foreground. That's him in the background, so we should be able to catch up. But man, it looks like we got 2 cars that seem to be with damage. I think those are probably from the accident that we were just in just a few minutes ago. So now we just need to start working our way back up to the front here. But these guys keep parking the bus in the turns, so we can't even do anything. Plus, this is IndyCar too, so it's a little bit tricky to pass, especially when everybody's on the same path as you. So now here we have Elio Castroneves and Connor Daly up ahead of us, as now we get hit by Macus in the back. The AI really are aggressive right now. Alright, so we're back here in the 15th position. No need to worry about things right now, because I'm sure that once we get closer to pit stops, then things will get a little bit better for us. Plus, everybody seemed to get away a little bit better, so we're gonna be okay. Once we get on the red tires, then we can really show our pace. But right now, we're just trying to learn and get a lot of things going on. Get a lot of things going on here to try and get this to run better. So we now are on lap 13. But now that we got some clean track ahead of us, now we can get a little bit more swinging room here too. This area I always have a problem with because I can't ever tell if we actually are going to be right there. But as you can see, we are doing a lot better in the technical parts of this track, or actually of this track. Gee, I wonder where you heard that before. Kind of from our F1 series. Nice and easy through these corners, and we're starting to build a gap on 17th place. And you can see right now that Elio and Connor Daly are really just content right there. Let's see if we can get a nicer run off the corner to try and see if we can catch them. But because they are together, for some reason this game loves to simulate everything. So there's a big gap between 10th place and 9th place I just saw. So we're going to need to be really careful as we come our way back up through turn 1. Kind of almost overcooked it. Man, look at that. They're all together right there. But at some point that draft train is going to be broke. Now you keep seeing track limits there because we have crossed over the bridge a few times, or crossed over the rumble strip a few times, but we haven't actually gained nor lost anything on this. But we're slowly gaining on them. Even with these black tires, we are... I mean, these are the slower tires, but we seem to be doing pretty good. Man, look at this. They don't even want to move or anything like that. But we're now getting up to lap 15, which would be halfway if this was a 30-lap race. But because it's a 37-lap race, that's a different story. Let's see if we can make a move up above Elio Castroneves. We will get him. Yes, we will. So move us up into the 14th position, and now we'll set our sights on Connor Daly and Kyle Kirkwood. Now this will be interesting to see how the close-up right here with Elio Castroneves will be. Here comes Castroneves to the bottom. He's going to try and make that F1 move again. A lot of these cars are doing that F1 move, but it looks like he's going to give me the benefit of the doubt. Is he? Yes, he does. He kind of thought better of it. So we'll hold on to 14th. We're going to catch up here to Connor Daly, and look at this. A lot of these cars are just kind of back here behind because there's a big gap. Wow. Okay, we had to take that position. So move us past Connor Daly to 13th. Now we'll see if we can catch everybody here. There's Kyle Kirkwood in front of us. He parked the bus again. Because I think right now the car in front of them is like really causing a problem, but we will get past him. That's Felix Rosenquist up there that has created the gap. But move us up into the 12th position. So I think we're starting to catch these guys a little more. But that's where the black tires seem to be coming in a little bit more, is that while this run goes on, the red tires are starting to fall off as we got a caution now. Not a full course yellow, but what we call a local yellow. So that means there was just an issue in one of the sectors, so we don't have to worry too much about anything. Meanwhile, Kyle Kirkwood again is going to make that F1 move. I decided to come over here and block it because I don't want him trying to pass us, especially since we're so close to the top 10. To be honest, if we come out of here with a top 10 or a top 5 or something, then I will be very happy. Because right now, we're currently in the 12th position as we work lap 16. But we need to start making some more moves up here. Because we need to get that gap. We need to get up to 9th if we can. I see one of the other cars is like still way back there. And yes, everybody, you can probably tell that I am using my own shifting, braking, and as well as also turning. So we can get around these guys here. We'll get around that car, which is considered a show car driver. But now we'll get up behind Felix Rosenquist and see if we can't make anything happen with him. He's one of the Aero McLaren machines in the field. The other one is Pato Award. I don't know if Award is in this race in particular, but we'll find out as we continue up here. Oh, I got way too cocky off of that corner. So now we're going to have two drivers breathing down my neck. So here we go. Kyle Kirkwood is going to try the high side again. He's going to get a nice little run, but he's really going to have to stay right here behind us. Work lap 17, so we got 20 laps to go now in this race. Oh, Kirkwood came right in there. Oh, he bogged himself on the outside there. So now let's see if we can chase down Felix Rosenquist. Also, looks like that we are now into the top 10 because somebody had a problem back there. I don't even know who that was. I don't have a spotter to tell me what the hell's going on, so we just kind of have to guess. But now we got clear track ahead of us, which means we can now chase down Rosenquist for the 8th position. Sometimes I pause because I am concentrating on this, trying to get through here. Right now, there's a major gap that either a caution or something else will help us close that gap. I can still see him up ahead. Won't be able to catch Rosenquist on this lap, so we'll have to catch him on the next one. Come out of the final corner, down to the front straightaway we go. Oh, here comes Kyle Kirkwood with a massive run on us, a massive head of steam. Those red tires make a huge advantage here. And again, he parks the bus. That's the thing about the AI, is that they're crazy good on the straights, but when they come to the turns, it's like they don't know what the hell they're doing. Get through the S section just fine, but now we're starting to close the gap slightly on Rosenquist. We should be able to get a little bit closer to him in these turns, but he also has clean track ahead of him, so I wouldn't be surprised if we couldn't catch him this lap. But we're starting to close the gap because we're getting through this. We're getting through the S's a little bit better. I wonder if he's on the black tires too, but I can't tell if he's on the blacks or the reds. We'll see what happens here as we come into the corner again. Oh, nope! Nope, nope, nope. I fucked up. All because I was just trying to see like where that turn was going to be. So we're back here in 13th. so many mistakes too. So now we're back here in the 13th position. All of our hard work is gone. Can't tell if anybody is coming to pit road right now, but I think we're going to kiss that win goodbye, just because this has been one very tough race, that's for sure. So now all of a sudden we're up in the 11th position again, because I'm starting to think that some of these cars could be coming to pit road, and if they are, then that puts us in a good shape that we could possibly come to pit road and get some new tires on this thing, get the reds on, and continue our path. But we'd also need a caution period, and in fact, that's what we kind of need, is that we need a yellow flag of some sort. Right now I can tell that these black tires are really starting to wear out. So now we're catching up to show car driver up there, which will then in turn be Felix Rosenquist. Let's try not to overcook it here in this corner. Much better through there. Oh, look at this! So one of the cars is coming to pit road, so this is definitely going to be the time when these guys should be starting to come to pit road, from the looks of it. In fact, 6th place is now here. Some other drivers are also coming in as well. So this means that we could actually come to pit road pretty quickly now and get off these black tires. But let's see. It's a 20-lap deal. Let's see, there's 20 laps to go. We're now up in 9th. You know what? Let's see how the leaders come out. Let's see how the leaders stack up. And maybe if the leader comes in, we'll come in. Because once we get on the red tires, then we'll be a little bit better. I can see the 23rd place came in. And now there's some bigger gaps here with some of these other cars. I see our teammate Callum Ilott back there. In fact, he's currently running in the 10th position, so it could be a double points day for the Kokos Hollinger cars. 2nd place is now in. You know what? Yep. Ah, Christ. Yeah, you know what? I don't know when we're going to come to pit road, to be perfectly honest here. You can see that it's starting to get a little bit cloudier, but I think our tires have given up the ghost. Yeah, they're getting a little bit there, so I suggest that we come to pit road next time by, because now with these other cars coming to pit road, this is basically not like what it would be in Formula One. Instead, once everybody comes out, it really depends on who's where. Because right now, there's only like a handful of things here, as we get a little bit of a help there from the other car. So yeah, I think it's probably time to bring the thing to pit road. Because I think the more that we lose time, it's going to be bad. I'm not sure if our teammate has come to pit road yet. Also, we will get to handle pit road in a very cool manner, too. You'll see that in a sec when we do come to pit road. Okay, it looks like second and third place have just come to pit road. So let's see what happens here with Callum Ilott. Because if he comes in, we're coming in. Alright, he's still not coming in, so looks like we'll have to go around again. But what this will also do, too, is that with the fact that these guys are still on pit road, this will give us a little advantage as we continue going through here. Because now, with second and third place still have yet to come out of their pit box, wow! Did you see that? And now he's just going to park the bus in front of us. My goodness, that was amazing. So now at this point, Dixon has yet to come to pit road, so we'll probably pit as soon as he pits, or whatever, but we need to get around this guy, because, wow, he came flying up. But I can definitely tell that we are pretty much set for a pit stop. Uh-oh. I overcooked it again. So now we're just going to have to cut through the grass, be a lawnmower for a sec. Oh, no, don't spin out, you mother. Okay. Yep, so we're bringing the car to pit road this time. I don't even give a damn anymore. These tires are worthless now. So let's come to pit road. Let's do our thing. So here we go, I kicked in the speed limit sign. So here we are to pit road. We're the last of the cars, or at least one of the last of the cars to come to pit road. So we'll put on the alternates, and we'll get some more front wing, and hopefully we'll be good. But unfortunately, we do run the risk of going a lap down. But the leader should be coming to pit road here pretty soon. So now here we go, we're going to bring the thing to pit road. Make sure we stop in the box. There we go. Now, when we pit out, we don't even need the speed limiter on. Just waiting on the fuel, and we're underway. So now we're on the red tires, which should give us a little bit better traction at this point. But now let's see what we can do, because we're currently last, but now that we're on the red tires, should be able to catch up with everybody, hopefully. But I'm wondering though, did we make our pit stop a bit too soon? Or a bit too late? We'll have to see how this goes. Well, I see that right now second and third place are actually coming to pit road, so I think what's going on is that a lot of these cars are still going to have to cycle out. Right now I can see that the rear end is starting to kick out a little bit because, again, you know, these are new tires, but we should be able to make hay while... So we had a spin out there for no damn reason. Because I think all we did was we just went over the hump on the new tires, and now we're pretty much screwed at this point. There's no way that we can catch up to them. Unless we get a yellow flag or unless something drastic happens, but... Ay, ay, ay. This has not been a good race for us. I mean, it has been a learning race, which has been pretty simple, but still, it's not good. But I think the best that we can do right now is just try to see what we can do. I mean, it is my first IndyCar race, you know, for you guys, but I didn't think we were going to finish last. But let's see what we can do here. See if we can salvage a decent finish at least. Plus, we're on the faster tires, so let's see if we can get a better lap time for us, because I see the best is a 118.808, and we do improve to a 119.188. Now we just gotta see if we can catch up to the back half of the field and make anything happen, because we did spin out for no fucking reason. So at this point, we just gotta salvage what we can. And I know that we're not in the points and we're not gunning for a championship here, but at least let's see if we can do something. I see more cars are coming to pit road, so I don't know if that's gonna cause anything. We need a yellow flag at least to kind of like bunch everybody back up, because if we can get a yellow flag, that would be good. But I can definitely feel that this car is much better. You know, I'm starting to think we should have been on the red tires instead of the black, but I wanted to get the slower tires out of the way first. But it seems like do the faster tires first and then go to the blacks. Well, I'm starting to see 26th place getting better here, so we're slowly catching them, but we're running out of laps here, as now we're gonna possibly be able to pass somebody here. If we come back around to this, here comes somebody coming out of pit road just now. So they're gonna blend out. That's Tatiana Calderon that we should be able to get around. So we'll at least get around her. And also see too that Alexander Rossi's back here. Yikes. It's kind of a reflection of what he was doing originally with the last gear at Andretti Autosport. So these cars that came to pit road, I guess, will be a little bit easier for us to pass. So let's see what we can do. See if we can pass these guys and gals, and see if we can't, make up some time. As now we get past Tatiana Calderon, who is on another set of red tires, it looks like. Though it could be a graphics glitch, so who knows what tire she's on. But look at this, she's coming to the inside of us. Oh, I had to really crank the wheel there to avoid getting, that. But now we have a little bit better line, so we're up into the 26th position now. Let's see if we can't make it into the top 20 at least, but I don't know what it's going to take. Now head to lap 27 of 37, so we got 11 laps to go at this stage. So the only thing that we can hope for right now... Really? Tatiana Calderon just drilled us in the rear end. Wow. Oh, really? Come on, that was not an illegal pass. I'll tell you one thing, this game has been making me very angry. Because, you know, here I am trying to do a proper IndyCar race, and it's been throwing shit at me just because it doesn't like any of these things. So, so anyway, we're now up into the 26th position, and Tatiana's putting up a huge fight right now to try and get around us. but that ain't gonna happen. If she spins this out again, I'm gonna go insane, because that was really dumb what she did. Spinning us out like that. Looks like Elio Castroneves is coming to pit road, or probably is coming off of pit road. So we got some more cars that should fall into our clutches a little bit, as long as we don't get Calderon. Nice and easy through here. Alright, let's see what we can do, because I can see that the field is starting to bunch up a little bit more, but really there's not much we can do. And we had a great qualifying effort. We started on the pole, and it could have been a nice last to first challenge, but then we got spun out, and we got all kinds of problems, and then pit stops just didn't fall our way. So this has been a very frustrating race for sure. In fact, you know what, guys? I'm thinking that after this race is done, I owe you guys another IndyCar race. One that's more proper, and also one that, you know, we can finish stronger in. Because to me it just seems like the AI just wants to kill me in this race. So it's definitely... So I think I owe you guys another IndyCar race sometime. Heck, maybe another race somewhere. Maybe in a fantasy race. Who knows? Anyway, we're working lap 29 of 37, and obviously, as you can tell, we're still trying to catch up to everybody. But it just seems like that there's no way that we can catch up to them, even on these red tires. Because I think what's going on is that all the cars are way too spread out, so there's no way that we can actually get the cars slowed down enough. So, yeah, look at that. I think everybody's now gone into a draft train, so there's not much we can do. Oh! A caution! A caution has come out! Full course yellow! Oh, this is possibly the caution we needed to get some extra spots, but it's happened so late in this race, I don't know what's going to happen. It's come out with 8 laps to go, and because the cautions are 5 laps, this could mean that it could be a 2-lap dash, which could put us in a good spot to get us some positions. We'll have to see, because it'll give us a 2-lap chance to possibly grab some spots. But that is great news right there. We needed that yellow flag tremendously. Go ahead and put us on fuel mix 1. And now we're just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen here, but I don't see the safety car. I don't see the safety car at all. Oh, there it is. Oh, no! You know what's going to happen? I think the race is actually going to end under the caution. Well, considering how weird this race has been, I don't put it past them, but man, I cannot believe it. So now the leader has picked up the pace car. So now it'll be interesting to see if we do get a green-white checker or if the race is going to finish under the caution. So I think what we're going to do is we're not going to cut this caution out. We're gonna stay with this and just see what happens. Because we are so close to the end, it's crazy how this is going. Alright, so now the field has picked up the pace car. And now it's gotta get all bunched up again. There we go. Okay, now everybody can start to get bunched up again, as we now work lap 31. So this is gonna be weird. This is definitely going to be weird. We're gonna see what happens, because this is either going to end under the caution, or we could get a 1-lap dash to at least try and get some spots. So now the field will rally back here to the back end of the field. So pit road is open now to the lead lap cars. I don't know why he decided to just park the bus right there. Oh, are you kidding me? You idiot! He parked the bus. He parked the fucking bus. Like, he didn't... Oh my god. Yeah. You know what? Rather than redo this race entirely, I just wanted this race to be over and done with, because this was a hurdle to try and get the rest of the races recorded. And obviously, the game does not want me to race here. It does not want me to do anything good. It keeps parking the bus. And look at this. He's all the way back here, when he should be up near the front. Or at least up with the rest of the cars. Not back here, giving us a major gap. Come on, man. Pick up the pace, and let's close the gap! I'm getting really pissed. I'm getting extremely pissed at this guy. Because he should be bunched up with the rest of the pack, but he's not. Like, look, there's a big 6-second gap. You can move up, dude. This is probably the AI just glitching out again, thinking that, oh, you know, we don't need to move up. Well, you kind of have to, bud. Alright, now we're finally all caught up, so now we'll have to see how this goes. But I have a feeling that this race will not end under a green flag. I think it's going to end up ending pretty much under caution. Because I've never actually been in a situation like this. But this race has had its ups and downs, and unfortunately we were on the down end of this. So what I'm thinking is either the next time we do an Indycar race, it'll be another road course, or we could do an oval. It may or may not be with this particular mod, the IR18, or at least, or I should say this. It might not be with this style of car. In other words, it may not be a road course, but it might be an oval. Who knows? Because I do kind of like these road courses, but I don't think the AI really like us being this way. So we're just gonna have to see what happens. So right now we're just kind of waiting back here, to see what they're gonna do with this. But obviously, we're not gonna go back green anytime soon. Man, look at that long snake of cars up ahead of us. Now this isn't my first IndyCar race per se. I've done many other IndyCar races, but this was the first one that I would have recorded. And, you know, one idea that I even have is to even take these cars to something like Michigan. You know, race them at Michigan. As we see one car on pit road, it looks like it's Felix Rosenquist. So Rosenquist has come to pit road, so he's going to have to file out somewhere behind us. So let's see where it's going to put them. In fact, we're actually moving up a little bit because... Oh, that's weird. So they put Rosenquist back here in 23rd. Oh, there we go. Now he's gonna... Okay, now he's gonna be falling back. So we're gonna be 24th right now. So, okay, not too bad of a deal. So we're not gonna be dead last, which is a good thing. But we could end up taking these cars to some place like Michigan. Could take them to, you know, another track. Heck, we could even take them to Texas and see how well they perform there. But I'm not entirely sure what might happen. But I do know that we will have a rematch, but it may not be a road course. But what I might do for the future is that I might try to do some more road courses for the IndyCar series, but I'm not going to do an IndyCar championship. I think I'm just going to do some one-offs here and there. Because there's really no championship mode to speak of here on RF2. And the other games that have an IndyCar mod don't even have a championship mode to speak of. Or for that matter, anything that looks as good as this. I mean, just take a look at the graphics for a sec. Look at the sheen on the right front tire, and look at the sheen on the left front tire, too. That looks very realistic. And the engine sounds are very close to what you would hear in the actual race itself. Continue to work under caution here. It'll be lap 34, and we'll see what the game decides to do with us. I have a feeling that we are just going to get a green-white and then a checkered. But let's see what happens, and we'll just keep our tires nice and warm, just in case. In fact, I might do something kind of cheeky. What I might do is that I might try to lag back a little bit and then see if we can't make some passes up near the front. And I don't know if you guys could see that scoring pylon, but this mod actually has the old-style scoring pylon when it was analog. Now it's all digital. And it's pretty neat. I think we get to see the digital version when we do the Xfinity race. But who knows? Also, while we're underneath this caution, let's go ahead and I'll show you onboard here. Hold on. Let's get to the right camera. Here's on board what it looks like from the cockpit of one of these things. You can see that we kind of sit very low in this. And the steering wheels are about the same, and you can see all the different buttons and knobs and everything like that on there. And this isn't Gran Turismo, but you could actually see the fingers blipping the paddles on there, so... Anyway, if you want to get this particular mod, you can actually pay for it in the DLC shop that's attached to this game. But it is on Steam. It's R Factor 2. I will give you a couple of warnings. For one thing, that some of the AI can be extremely glitchy. Also, some of the tracks can also be weird because they can be ports from different games. But the one big issue that I will tell you all is something like this, where the AI just get way too aggressive and they move you over, even though I have the aggression rate at like 5%, just to give us a little edge, but I guess 5% to them is 500%. So this might be an anticlimactic end to this IndyCar race. If we don't get the one to go signal by the time we get into lap 35, then this race could end up finishing under the yellow flag and we will finish 24th. Which is not where I wanted to be, but, you know, we did get a good learning experience here. So let's see what happens, and it looks like we will not be going green this time by, so it looks like this race could end under the yellow flag. Unless... I mean, I don't see the cars lining up 2 by 2, so... We're just kind of held back here for a bit. Yeah, it's definitely looking like we're going to be finishing under the yellow flag. So that would mean, who's in the race lead? That would mean that Scott Dixon, who has been on the pole for this entire race, would be the race leader. Herta would finish second. Third is Scott McLaughlin. Fourth is Newgarden, and Santino Ferrucci would finish fifth. That would have been us had we done the right tire configuration, but unfortunately this was not a good race at all for us. In fact, this was more like baptism by fire for the most part, but you know, we did what we could. We did what we could. But let's keep our heads held high here. In fact, who got the fastest lap? Who turned in that 117? That was turned in by David Malukas. Jesus. That was a pretty good run. Well, our best lap was a 119.18. Now, will we be using the same car in the oval race? I don't think so. It really depends on where we end up finding a ride, or where we actually land a ride, to be perfectly honest here. We could end up in a Honda, or we could end up in a Chevy. It really depends on, like, who's willing to give us a ride for another race. So now as we make our way through the S section, seeing what's going to happen next, because it looks like we're going to be down to just 2 laps to go. And if this does finish under the yellow flag, then so be it. But at least we'll have a good Xfinity Series car, and I think we'll have a lot more fun in the Xfinity Series car here. Because I did do some testing here, and it's actually a really good race for us. I think it's going to be a really good race for us to do the Xfinity Series. As we come around to the start-finish line, it looks like 1 lap to go, so we are going to get... We're going to get glitched out here for some reason. But this means we will not get a green-white checker. Instead, the race will just finish under a green flag, but we won't even get started or anything. So that means that there's really no way that we can get any positions unless we decide to lag back enough and then like try to time it right. Wonder if we can do a bonsai and try to get into the top 20. That would be hilarious. I mean, I say we try it. I don't know if we can do it. Let me see. Well, we could try. I mean, it would be a cheeky way to get up there, but... So now we'll line up behind Elio Castroneves, see if we can't do a little bonsai here and try to see what we can do. If we could bonsai everybody and get into the top 20, that would be great. But we'll see if that be the case. But here we go. Basically, it's going to be a green flag, and then we'll get the checkered flag at the same time. So let's just be really cautious here, as everybody will now fan out too wide again. So, obviously Scott Dixon will be the race winner, with Colton Herta finishing second, but where will we finish is the next question here. Go ahead and make sure we're on fuel mix 8. See if we can time this right. Because they're going to be coming through that corner. Let's see what happens if we can actually time this right. A couple of cars are now going off course. See if we can time it. I don't think we can. Let's see. Not a good start for us there, but somehow we finished 22nd. It's going to be a drag race here with us and Felix Rosenquist, and we got 22nd out of that. So that takes care of the race itself. Scott Dixon is the race winner. And that'll take care of it for us. Oh man. Let's see if Dixie was the race winner. No, it was Colton Herta. So Colton Herta must have, wow, he must have bonsai'd them on the start. But who was the one that suddenly fell back? Oh, it was Devlin DeFrancesco that had a problem. So we finished 22nd in this race. So at least it wasn't last. But man, that was sad. What a sad way to end the race, but we survived. We at least survived and got to finish. And now we finally got this race ended. So now everybody, stay tuned this week, because the next race coming up after this will be the Xfinity Series race, which will be the Pennzoil 150 from the Brickyard. So basically everybody, I owe you guys an IndyCar race. I owe you guys another IndyCar race. Hopefully one that we can win. So let's go ahead and get to pit road here. Everybody else is coming in. So now everybody's coming in, bringing their car to pit road. So, not a good day for us, but we did learn a lot. And in the laps that we were able to actually go and you know, do and everything, we did learn some stuff. But dang, we just didn't have we just didn't have a car that could win it all. So now we'll just come back to pit road. Sorry about that, Elio. Didn't see you there. But now we bring the car back to the pits. And there we go. Well, that's going to do it for this race. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know this was kind of a bummer that we didn't get the win or anything like that. But if you guys want to see more of these, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and also comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care.